Snapshot 25W21A is here with Data Pack version 78 and Resource Pack version 62, bringing us updates to the dialogues introduced last week, as well as some font fixes. My name is Sliced and this is a guide to the changes. Let's start with the dialogues. There are now new capabilities for the text inputs in this version. They now have a multi-line mode where you can set the amount of max lines or the exact height of the box. Text inputs now also have a max length field which defaults to 32. Number range inputs have also changed in this version. Instead of having a steps field that specified the number of steps, there is now a step field specifying the size of the step. This field is now also optional and if omitted lets the user pick any value down to the number of pixels on the screen. The initial value has been changed so the default is now the middle of the range. This also fixes some precision issues that happened on some ranges in the previous version. The slider now also snaps the closest available value rather than always snapping to a lower value. Multi-action input form dialogues now have a new option to specify the number of columns to arrange the buttons in. The default is 2, which matches how buttons were laid out in last week's snapshot. There are also some changes to the dialogue system as a whole. Elements in dialogues now have a maximum size, which for most elements is 1024. A bug has been fixed where column layouts had an extra spacing between the last two lines if the number of buttons in that row was different from the other rows. Dialogues no longer overwrite the warning screen about dialogues when they display. Instead, if a new dialogue is shown while the warning screen is open, that dialogue will now show after the warning screen is closed instead. And dialogues should now return correctly to the last non-dialogue screen when they're closed. A fix for commands in Books. Run command click actions now properly close the book screen once again. In other news, a couple of sound events have been renamed. They are entity.leashnot.place and .break, which are now instead called item.lead.tied and .untied, with a new added sound event, item.lead.break. This leads us to the resource pack side, where sounds have been renamed and added. A bug has also been fixed, so text now once again renders in a consistent order with custom fonts. And that's all for these pack versions. Thank you for watching. My name is Sliced, and I'll see you next time.